Okay, no, if that is not in the plan, that is okay, sorry.
This thing I'm doing.
I love it. I think that should be your intro, always.
Hey guys. Hey guys, it's Caylie again. Welcome back to Costumes and Cakes. So, today I'm going to be teaching you how to do our first ever look. We're going to be doing the Crime Comic Book Girl. If you haven't ever seen it, a little background. It's based on those comic books from the, I want to say late 60s, early 70s. I'm sure you guys will tell me I'm wrong in the comments if I am. It's very stylistically known for those big round dots of color. And you'll see a lot of Instagrammers and YouTubers recreating this look. We'll mention some, either if we can figure out how to do the cool bubble things, we'll do that. If not, because we're new, we'll put it down below. Okay, so I like to start by priming my face. I use, it's really dirty, so please don't judge me. I use the Benefit Professional. Okay, so this one I like for myself, only because I do have a lot of pores. My skin does not always feel nice and smooth and wonderful, and this helps to kind of smooth out all of my pores so that when I put on my foundation and my cover-up, or my concealer, that it looks nice and even. Ladies get that mustache area. So go ahead and apply that all over your face. Look, I'm using my fingers because I like using my fingers. But if you want to take a brush, you can always take a beauty blender, or if I've had a lot of luck lately with the silicone beauty blenders, which I actually think I have here. I do. So I've been using the silicone, and the silicone doesn't really blend everything out, but it at least distributes the product all over your face and doesn't eat any of it up. I've noticed with using this, I actually do save a lot of product. Feeling good, feeling fresh. All right, so then the next step that you guys wanna take is you wanna go ahead and put on your foundation. So for my foundation, I'm gonna be using Tarte Double Duty Beauty. It's the new face tape. For this, I am gonna take a dampened beauty sponge. I'm going to dip it in to my foundation. Every beauty blogger will tell you a different thing. There's a million different ways to put on your makeup. This is the way I do it. If you don't want to do it that way, don't. This is actually a new, more full coverage formula than the old one. Also comes without all the drama of the old one, only because the old one, I don't know if you guys remember, and I'm not coming for you, Tarte. I love you, obviously, but the first round of foundations that they tried to do did not have a good shade range, like at all. It was actually pretty abysmal, to be honest with y'all. Not a good look Tarte, but they came back in a real way. I really like this full coverage feeling. Probably a little too light for me, but you know, you live and you learn. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna set that with a little bit of powder. So I'm using the Kat Von D Lock It Setting Powder. This is their translucent shade. I like to use translucent. Some people like to use something with a little bit more pigment in it, just so you don't get that James Charles Flashback Mary moment. But I really like this stuff. I know Kat Von D is like, oh, controversial nowadays, but I don't know, I still think she makes a good product. Make sure you don't have too much on there. Okay, and then I don't bake. If you wanna bake, this is where you would do that. I don't do it, so I'm not gonna take that step. So if you wanna bake, if you wanna do crazy stuff, it's not crazy, it's pretty normal. It's a pretty average thing to do. But if you wanna go ahead and bake, you can do that. But I'm just gonna apply a thin layer of this onto my face. All over. Also, this is not the type of brush that you want to use. This is actually a Luxie 660 foundation brush. You want to use something that's a little fluffier, a little bigger only because it's gonna give you a nice dusting effect instead of this where it's gonna pack it on more. Because again, this is supposed to be a foundation brush. I do love Luxie. I have a lot of their brushes. Okay, so once you have put your setting powder on and really lock that foundation in, what I do next is I use my concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Medium Sand. Okay, and then you're gonna wanna apply that right here to your under eyes in a nice little upside down triangle. Applying as I'm applying underneath the under eyes, right here at the top of the forehead, down the middle of my nose, my cupid's bow, and at the bottom of my chin. And then you're gonna take your damp beauty blender one more time. And actually, I don't think this is a beauty blender. I think this is just an Ulta brand blending sponge. Also, remember guys, like I'm using, they're not like crazy expensive, but they're more expensive items. There are always drugstore dupes. If you want to see a really good video on that for like some more affordable makeup, I would suggest the Jeffree Star Full Face Drugstore Makeup because it gives you a lot of good ideas what you can get, like high price results for low prices. It's really nice. Helped me a lot when I couldn't actually afford pieces like this.
Yes.
So we're gonna do a nice deep contour. For that, we're gonna use the Infallible Longwear Stick in the Honey shade. Ooh, it has sunscreen in it.
Sunscreen?
You know, sunscreen. So next guys, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna do my jawline, I'm gonna do it right under the apples of my cheeks, and I'm gonna do it on the sides of my nose. Hopefully that'll give me a more dramatic look. I'm gonna use this, and then I'm gonna blend it out with my blending sponge. So the next step is blush. I'm gonna use this crown brush. I don't think these are numbered. I actually got this, I think I stole it from my mom. So props to you, Yolanda. Remember, it's costume makeup, not day-to-day makeup. So we definitely wanna pack on that blush because again, you wanna look like a comic book character. So it's gonna be more dramatic, more bright, more in your face. So I'm gonna use today the Tarte blush in shade Feisty. I might put some of the, I don't know if you guys are familiar, but with the Balm, they have some really cute blushes, really cute eyeshadows. Check them out. I have these little book looking ones from Ipsy. If you're not signed up for Ipsy, please do Ipsy. Ipsy's not subscribe us, what is it? What's the word? We want one, we want them to be our...
Oh, sponsor?
Yes.
Subscribe us.
Ipsy, sponsor us. You're gonna wanna like put this right on the apples of your cheeks. At least that's where I put mine. Again, if you don't put yours there, don't do it. No one told you to do that. I mean, technically I'm telling you to do that. But it's whatever you feel comfortable with, guys. I like to smile only because it tells me exactly where to put my stuff because I don't know either. The next step, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna do our eyes next. Eyes is next. Or is it eyebrows? Should I do eyes or eyebrows?
Eyebrows maybe, and then do eyes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So for eyebrows, I'm gonna go a little heavier than I'm used to. We're gonna do that with the Goof Proof Benefit Eyebrow Pencil. Love this thing. More of a crayon than a pencil. We got a spoolie on one side, we got the crayon on the other. Honestly, I use this every single day. I'm gonna go again a little bit deeper with this than I normally do, only because again, I wanna look like I just popped out of a comic book. So next we're gonna go ahead and prime the lids. I'm gonna use the Morphe eyelid primer. Like this stuff, it definitely has a white tint to it. So if you're a little darker, I would go light with this. And I apply this with my finger only because I don't see the point in using a brush for that step. Help me. Okay, hopefully none of those noises will be included. So next, I am weird. I like to keep my eyeshadow palettes in the original packaging. I'll put that to the side. Okay, we are gonna use the Naked Urban Heat. Love this palette, love, love, love. I use it every single day. I'm sure that we will start being able to see pan soon. So you definitely can use a brush like this, like a small packing brush to do what I'm about to do with my fingers. If you are germaphobe or if you're just worried about stuff on your fingers, you can just use something little like this, a nice little packing brush, okay? So I'm gonna add it to the middle of my lids. I'm gonna add the ounce, right? Yeah, I thought that said quiche for a second. I'm gonna use the lightest shade, ounce. It's a nice shimmery shade. I like using it in the corners of my eyes only because I feel like with my almond shaped eyes, it does make them look a little bit bigger and helps add attraction to where I want it to. And then from there, we're gonna kind of build out. And again, we're gonna do it nice and dramatic. This is where you can have fun. You can do honestly whatever you want with the eyeshadow. I'm gonna be using some dark plum colors and then a little bit of black just to keep with that old style comic book. I might not be accurate, but I'm gonna do it anyways because that's what I feel like doing today. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm building with the Ashes color. It's this nice deep plum color that honestly I'm so in love with. Guys, look how pretty that is. I mean, right now it kind of looks like I have a black eye, but it will look pretty later. Oh my god. See, this is the point in the video where you're like, huh, I wonder if this is gonna go together well. I sure do hope so. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take En Fuego. It's gonna be this shade right here. Oops. It's gonna be En Fuego, it's right there. It's a nice maroon shade. So we're gonna take that, and I'm actually gonna use the brush that came with the palette. We're gonna use this nice smaller ended, and I'm gonna use it to pack right underneath that plum Ashes color that I put in, just to blend it out. And we're gonna probably put some more pinkish tones to blend into that. Just a lot of blending. So, because I blended terribly, I'm gonna go back in with that ounce color just to lighten everything back up. Ooh, getting it.
I look good.
Okay, so I don't know if you can tell, but my ends right now, like all my lines are very harsh. So you can take a brush like this one. Okay, so this is from e.l.f. Organics. I really, really love this brush. I'm sure you can tell with how I knew the name of it. This is the 389. I really like this brush for blending. It's a double-ended, so this is for packing, and then you can use this one for blending. So that's the end we're gonna do right now, and we're gonna take nothing. We're not gonna take anything. We're just gonna sit in there, and we're just gonna blend out these harsh lines, so it looks like we did all of this on purpose, and that we're amazing rock stars who make no mistakes. Who makes mistakes? Not me. Look at my eyeshadow. Alright guys, so we're back. We had a little bit of technical difficulty, but no biggie. I took the time to go ahead and throw on my lashes, which took a good 15 minutes, and then curl my hair. So for this, I definitely went for a more pin-up style, little like mild updo. Is very cute, very vintage if you're trying to do this look for like a Halloween idea or something like that. Super easy to pull together. Make sure you're doing a wing, only because it's definitely going to give you that more vintage feel, that more pinup feel, which is definitely what we're going for with this look. Next thing we're gonna do is the dots. So what we're using for it, found it? We're doing the Ulta Beauty matte lip crayon. It's really pigmented, it's super nice. If you don't want to use this, there's definitely face paints you can use. There is costume makeup that you can use. They're all over Instagram. I'll tag one below. So with this one, I'm actually going to go for a little bit of a more discreet look. I don't feel like covering my entire face with dots, which in reality, if you were going for that full look, that's what you would do. But for something like this is more for like an office party. You want to throw on your full face of makeup, plus some dots. Super cute. So we're going to take this and I'm going to just follow my jawline. We're going to go down just to frame the face. You want to make sure you're staying as symmetrical as possible. Obviously, I didn't do that, but it's okay. Who really is going to judge you based on your dot placement? If you have people judging you based on your dot placement, get new friends. I don't know what to tell you. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and cover this portion of my face. I'm going to go with a nice triangle line, again like this, but this time I'm going to go right above where I put that blush earlier. Like doing your hair, get a wig. But again, if you don't feel like spending the money, do it yourself. Wake up 15 minutes earlier, it's okay. Okay, you know what? And then I think we're actually gonna bring this down further. Because we're gonna do almost like asymmetrical patterns on our faces. All right, so for me, that's all I'm gonna do. If you have more time, if you have more patience, go ahead, cover your whole face. And to finish it off, guys, we're gonna do a nice red lip. It's a nice, not plum, it's almost like a cherry red, like you would put on a bicycle. And so you have my Toyota Celica. So a lot of people will use a matte lipstick. I personally don't want to. I also am pretty allergic to lipsticks, so a gloss always works better for me. And remember, you are a cartoon character, so we can overdraw the lips. But the way to do it so you don't look crazy is follow the underneath of your little lip cleavage. Follow right underneath. It looks very natural because it's still technically part of your mouth, but gives you that more like full pouty look. Let's paint our teeth with it. Okay, and then with the tops, then we're gonna go for that cartoony look, so let's make it nice and pointy up here. Like a man who doesn't understand anatomy. Oh, I don't know, like, ooh. again give you that more drawn on look, go ahead and take any black marker, like an eyeline crayon is honestly the best one to use. And you're gonna go ahead and make some expression marks, and you're gonna wanna line lightly, so you don't look like you have a mustache, your lips. Character is based off. It's based off a girl who's just been left by her man. So she's usually portrayed with snot coming out of her nose, tears. And then, speaking of a tear, I'm gonna go ahead and draw mine in. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a matte liquid lipstick. You can use anything as long as it's blue, just to give you that teardrop look. We're using the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit. It says nice blue color. Honestly, I love it. So we're gonna go ahead and fill in that little teardrop that we very crudely drew. And it's also gonna give you, as long as you're using like muted pigments on your eyeshadow, it's gonna give your whole look a nice pop. It goes really well together with that cherry red, and those white dots that you made. Please tell me that everybody does ugly faces when they're trying to concentrate.
100% yes.
And then if you really want to go one step further, you again can really cut the edges of your cheekbones to give you a more contoured look. That goes really well, especially with these cartoony looks. It's a lot of fun, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. We'll show you the put together look at the end. But I really appreciate you coming on this journey with me, hanging out with me for hopefully no more than 30 minutes. We'll see how I can edit. We'll see. But I appreciate it. Bye, guys. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you liked the way everything came out, the costume and the cake together. If you liked what we did here today, hit that thumbs up button. If you want to follow us along, click subscribe. And if you want notifications every time we put out a new video, hit that bell button. Anyways, thanks guys, we'll see you in the new video. Bye, comic book. Are we filming?
Yeah. That was the greatest thing. You were just like, yes.
Liquid courage. Okay.